Good morning. Oh, I look a little bit fuzzy today. I don't actually think the camera is all that good on this laptop. This is a MacBook, just MacBook, I think. And my MacBook Air that was older, it was like 2 years older, had a better camera than this. Let's give you a little. No, that didn't help. Never mind. I'm going to plug you in as well because I'm super organised today. Look at how organised I am. I actually thought it's really hard to make this reach. Hang on, hang on. There we go. Will it reach? It won't reach. What good quality. Okay, let's go this way. Let's plug it in first, and then let's pull you towards me. It's because I had to move this table the other day for something else. What a cool story. There we go. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Right. Excellent. We got there. Right. I'm just going to put on Instagram that I'm here. I was in two minds, although I'd scheduled this live, whether I was gonna. Oh, that is not a good picture. There we go. Now I'm in focus. I was unsure whether I was going to do this live today because, number one, the dog is eating a bone. No, because I've got guys doing some work on the front of our house, which isn't an issue because they're not coming in. But I was also supposed to have a plasterer here today. He is coming, but later. So live right now for the writing sprint on YouTube. Okay, cool. Go. Yeah, so I thought that he would sort of be in and out because he's plastering loads of different rooms in the house, and also that I would need to speak to all of them about all the various sort of bits and bobs. Why is this bit so thin and the other side is that better? Is that more even? Like it matters. So that did not happen yet. So I thought, oh no, I'm all right to go on live. I just wasn't sure when I thought about it last night. I thought, oh, this might be a bit difficult. Anyway, as always, I would love to know what you're working on today. Personally, I'm actually working on writing some notes for a podcast that I'm going to be on. I wanted to do this last week, but as always with half term, it's tricky to do all of the things. So yeah, I still have this to work on. So basically I've got lots and lots of documents to work through. Might need to print some of those out, I'm not sure. And then I've got some sort of bits to annotate. So I'm essentially just preparing notes rather than writing a story or something. I do have an article that I need to write this week as well, which was the other thing I thought about doing, but this is more time sensitive. And at this point, I don't know whether I could be teaching tomorrow. It's plausible. So in that instance, the podcast recorders on Wednesday, I need to get this done today. So that's my thinking. So I'm going to do that. And there we are. Let me know what you are working on. As always, I hope this is helpful. We will do 3 lots of 15-minute writing sprints. If not interrupted by my dogs. One of my dogs is really poorly at the moment, which is another factor that I could last minute have to sort of deal with her. But she's hanging on, bless her heart. It's sad, but there we are. I've just blethered at you. I'm sorry. It's been half term, not yet functional, but I mean, when am I ever? So, right. I'm gonna put myself on mute and let's do our first 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, let's take a break. Um, I've got through, I mean, there's a lot. This is going to be a really um, in-depth podcast. I'm so thrilled to be on. And how many points? I've got 21 points to make notes on, and I'm on point 4. So yeah, working through it, reading through research, making notes. It's sort of book related. I will be talking about topics related to my books. I'm really excited about it. Can't wait to share with you. I'm not sure when it will be out, but yeah, the record is on Wednesday, so it's going okay. On these writing sprints, as always, sometimes I will be, most of the time I'm writing something, but every now and again I will be working on something else, like planning or whatever kind of activities. Of course, there's lots of things related to writing, such as in this instance, a podcast, which is, I guess you would say, sort of marketing, I guess. But also just very exciting. But yeah, I might be doing stuff related to like advertising, what I'm doing. I might be planning for new books or planning whatever. So most of the time I'm writing. I'm not always, and today I'm not. Um, so how are you? What are you up to? How has your week been? I wasn't live last week because I was actually away. You might have seen my little mini vlog. I wasn't in the mood to vlog for lots of different reasons. And so all I did was just film some clips and then set that to music, because we do like to look back at travel memories. Weirdly, I did exactly the same thing the last time that we went to the same place. So there's another vlog of there, and it's just clips set to music. But it's nice for my memories, and hopefully anyone who's thinking of traveling to the same area or just like watching a bit of travel I do, then it's just like a snapshot. Yeah, I wasn't feeling the vlogging. I don't always want to. I think obviously you have to have in your mind the sort of story, if that makes sense, and having a, so now we've arrived and today we're doing this. And if you miss a bit, then it makes it hard to stitch the vlog together. And having to take that time away from my family and be like, what is this hair doing? Be like, right, I just need to film this introduction to this or show where we're staying or whatever it might be. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I like that hair there. Anyway, don't know. So yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. But if you're interested in what I was up to last week and why I wasn't live streaming, there's a vlog. I have lots of plans for videos and lots of plans for the next few weeks. And I'm so torn. You guys know I talk about this a lot, between the fact that I would like to get some good sort of cover and supply work. Financially, it's a good thing. I do also sort of enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's just that writing is like my number one, uh, and the fact that obviously when I'm doing cover, then I'm not doing this, and I've got lots of exciting things that I want to be working towards. So we'll see. Anyway, basically, I just don't know how my time is panning out just now. But I'm feeling like the break that I had, it was nice to get away. And also, I managed to do some kind of bits that had been waiting to be done, just some real like admin type jobs. This was kind of another reason why I didn't want to vlog, is because I needed to not be spending a lot of time filming and editing. I had other admin type bits that needed to get done, and I did manage to get a few of those sorted. So there we are. I'm sort of coming back feeling like the decks are a little bit cleared and I'm ready to go. As always, I'm sure that once we're into it, I'll be at 100 miles an hour and feeling stressed, but there we are. So let's do another 15 minutes. There's the banner. I'm going to put myself on mute. I hope that you are productive in what you're working on, and I'll carry on working through these notes. There we go. Sorry, I was like, I didn't know what button I was pressing. That's the end of that writing sprint. How did it go? What did you write? What were you up to? Oh, I've just seen, I've got a lovely message from Change Hub. My daughter wants to be an author. She's 10, writing her book on PC and paper. That's so lovely. My middle daughter is interested in writing. She writes a lot of stories, and I keep saying to her, because she's sometimes like, oh, you could publish one of my books. And I'm like, well, yes, I could. Yes, I could. And maybe one day I will. And maybe one day she might work with a different publisher. But I sort of keep saying to her, just keep practicing, keep working on it, encouraging her that her stories are really good and I really like them, and just like keep going with it. So she sort of keeps redeveloping things, and as she learns more and more about writing and creativity, then it develops more. But I think it's so lovely. I mean, my work in schools, there's a lot of children want to be an author or are interested in writing creatively. It's something I'm really passionate about, actually, because I feel that a lot of creativity has been taken out of the English curriculum, and we look a lot at literature and mimicking literature, and not about just running free with our own ideas. And more to the point with that, I'm very passionate about the mental health benefits of writing. And for, no matter how good you are at writing, a lot of people turn to creativity when they need to get through something hard, process something, celebrate something. And I think allowing people to feel that they are like good enough, because I think if you think you're not very good, then you might not go, oh, I'll write a poem, or I'll write a diary entry, or I'll whatever it might be. So I am really passionate about taking away, to an extent, the sort of subjectivity around good writing, bad writing, and focusing on like published work. All of that is important, but also turning it around and going, for the individual, reading, loving reading, enjoying reading, finding reading beneficial in your life for learning and entertainment, and writing for your own benefit and joy, and all those things. That's something that I really believe in very deeply. So when you have young people tell you that they want to be an author, they're writing a book, I just think it should be massively celebrated, and whether they ever publish a book or not, their love of writing and their attempts to do so are just so important. So yeah, how are you getting on with what you guys are working on? I am on point 8 of the notes I'm working through, of 21 points. It's intense what I'm doing. You also might have noticed that I ran away during part of all of this, because the guys working on our house needed me to just help them with something. So I went and did that. What I am working through is so interesting. I'm just really thrilled to be doing, not just being on the podcast that I'm going to be on, but talking about what we're talking about. It's so amazing. Yeah, absolutely love it. Anyway, I feel like I'm in that thing. I talk about it a lot here. It's the start of term. Sorry, and I keep fiddling with my hair. The start of term energy, where it's like had a bit of a break. I'm kind of setting myself up for lots of things, organising lots of things, setting the scene, as it were, for the next term. It's an energy I quite like. It doesn't last very long before I'm back into like, oh, this is hard work. But I think it's that thing of having the kids around and having to like do things while I've always got my head on like, what are the kids doing? When might I need to, get them to eat something or see the light of day? I still feel like I struggle a bit with the balance of work and not when they're around, but I think I'm getting better at it. And also their need to like decompress and not be like constantly entertained. Are you not entertained by me? Because I am thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because you always beat yourself up that, oh, well, maybe I should be doing more with them. But then if they don't want to, and also if I have work to do. And I try and think back to my school holidays and the fact that I spent whole days watching movies. I was talking to my husband about it the other day, and I think of when I was a teenager, particularly. Sorry if you can hear the builders. When I was a teenager, and in the school holidays, I would be a day for me might be I'll go on a long walk. I had a particular walk. So I grew up in a place called Flitwick, and my walk would be basically the whole length of Flitwick, down to where the church is. This is very niche, but if you're from Flitwick, down to where the church is, um, through to like Horns End Road, where there's the river, then follow the river round to the back of where like the video shops are, and then yeah, back through from there. Occasionally, I would go the other way and go through the woods, but I would. That was my long, like if I really wanted a long old walk, that's what I would do, because I live the Amptill end of Flitwick. Niche, I know. And then when I got home, I'd stick a movie on. We were specifically talking about the movie Braveheart last night. That would be one of my go-tos, and because that would take that off the telly. And then I might play some computer games. I quite liked Caesar 3, probably. I would go for. Just think, imagine that as a day. Imagine that. I would just be too busy now. That's just a complete fantasy. I would never ever do that. So I sometimes think when I'm kind of on my kids to like, why don't you turn screens off? Why don't you leave the house? And I think my days would be broadly watching TV, playing games, and then in amongst that, somewhere going for a walk. The sort of standards you have to kind of. I mean, I know that you can't necessarily look at your own childhood and just be like, oh, well, it was all right for me, so it'll be all right for them. But am I expecting too much when I'm like, children, let's bake and play with wooden toys and then go for a long walk and make a forest fire? I don't do that. But if I did, I'm just being stereotypical. Yeah, you can only do so much, and it's okay to need to work and also to need your own time and your own space, and for them to need their own time and space. And for my family, there's definitely a lot of decompression needed from school. I've talked for a really long time. Let's do our last 15-minute sprint. Here we go. 15 minutes. We'll chat at the end. I'm going to get back to my notes. I'll mute myself. Here goes. All right, guys, that's us done. Where have I got to? Point nine, and then after point nine, there's mm, there's more things where I don't have to make notes necessarily, but I'm going to start working through all of that. So I'm about halfway through. So the rest of my morning is going to be preparing all of that, just in case I'm teaching tomorrow. Generally, this time of year, there's not such a need for cover or supply, but you never know. So I just need to be prepared. But yeah, there we are. As I say, last week we were away, but we've also had so much stuff happening on the house. So we had the guys. So I've had new doors put in various places, so it's all a bit warmer. What else has happened? I don't even know. Like, I just feel like half term has kind of been a whirlwind. There's been a lot of us like buying bits and pieces that we needed because a whole load of work had just finished. I mean, it's sort of finishing energy in a way, I think, in the house. And I'm hopeful that by Christmas, all the big jobs, except maybe carpets, will have been done. But carpets is a one-day thing. It's just whether I've organised that or not. I don't think I will have. It might happen before Christmas. I don't know. But that obviously takes up a lot of bandwidth. I'm hopeful that for next year, there's less life admin. We've been living in this house for 2 years. We've done a lot of the things that need to be done, and we're getting to the more enjoyable parts of it rather than the huge decisions and all those things where you can end up wrangling over, do we want this or that or whatever, and backwards and forwards and trying to chase workmen and all this stuff, and more towards the like us finishing bits and pieces off and like design aspects, if that makes sense. So yeah, there was a lot of focus on that. So we had a trip away. There was like medical appointments to sort out and all this stuff. So I feel like a lot of things have sort of been done or organised. Like there's a couple of trips coming up over the next couple of months, but it's all like booked and sorted. And so I feel like a lot is off my plate, if that makes sense. So yeah, this week I have the podcast record, which I'm preparing for. I need to chase some bits to do with the soil book, and I'm finally going to send off the edits to the editor. That's a minor thing. It doesn't take her very long, and it's all in very good shape. This is the first round, and then there'll be a second round once the book is designed. But there's plenty of time at the moment because it's just while the illustrations are in process, and that's all fine. What else am I up to at the moment? I'm going to be recording some audiobooks. That's booked in, I think, for next week. Might be the week after. And I don't need to prepare for that. It's just a thing that's happening. Yeah, stuff. Heading towards a couple of school visits and, bits like that. So yeah, it's all good. I just feel like it's like getting back into it and feeling a bit less like swamped, hopefully. Let me know how you all are, what you're working on, what you're excited about. If you're watching this not live, I still want to know. Leave me a comment. As always, there'll be the usual video content. This week, I'm going to do a video about the sustainability series, which I'm really excited by. It doesn't get a lot of viewers. Like if I was trying to be all financial about all of this, then I wouldn't be keeping it going as a series. But I am passionate that it's an important direction and something that I want my channel to contribute to, and something that I am interested in and I am learning about. So it's more of like a personal project. So that's exciting. And then after that, there'll be some writing type bits coming up, and I'm working on a course to do with writing. So lots of things I'm doing, and that will just be chugging away in the background, and I will announce as they happen. Yeah, so that's it from me. I hope you have a good week. I will be here next week as far as I'm aware. Yeah, have a good one.